The Panthers dominated the Hurricanes, and the Dallas stuns the Oilers. Unbelievable. Well, it's something about those Dallas Stars, ain't it? They
Told
absolutely
you.
stunned the Oilers. The Florida Panthers dominated Carolina. We'll get into that in a second, but Dallas said, "Hold my beer."
Yes,
Edmonton was up
sir.
3-1 with 19 minutes left in the last period. Then Dallas finds Jesus himself and goes on a 5-goal spree to close the game. What the Panthers just simply dominated the Hurricanes, which wasn't really that much of a surprise, but still, Carolina at home, you thought that, it'd be better, more of a fight. But, the defending champ said to the world, we're still reigning, and we'll take this 5-2. So,
Hey, give me Dallas. I'm taking Dallas. I told you, Dallas is going to the finals, and they're going to play some great hockey. I'm looking forward to it. I was watching it. I told you I was going to watch all these games, and I'm just so happy for that. It was a fight at the end of the game. You saw that? Oh, I love that.
Right at the final horn.
Right at the final horn, you start fighting each. I wish I was there. I wish I was. Oh man, I wish we had a hockey team so bad. I know the Admirals are doing good right now in the playoffs, but man, I need more of that. I need a hockey team in Milwaukee.
Dallas is just adding fuel to our fire, man. That before that game, Skinner had only given up 0 goals in the previous 2.5 games. So, and from that regard, I think that he can certainly bounce back. I'm not worried. This is the first game. Like, I think 20% of the games we played ahead in these playoffs, and we've won at least 6 or 7 come from behind games. So I think when you look at just the series as a whole, obviously at this point, just like we mentioned before, game 2 is paramount for Edmonton to go and win, but I'm not too worried about them going into Dallas and stealing 1-2. I think this is a series that will get at least to 6 or 7. And I'm just saying, I think that Edmonton still got it in them. I think they have more star power, even though it's the Dallas Stars. But
no good.
Try and tell me a better player on the ice than Connor McDavid. No player on the ice is better than him.
You can't.
You could argue that there's no 2 players better than Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl might be the second best player on the ice in every single game.
Yeah, we could jump into the playoff bracket real quick. That's how it looks so far. 1-1. It looks like to both road teams. Absolutely. No, Dallas is the home team. Why do they got to switch like that? Like,
I don't know. It's weird.
That's weird. Like,
I think it's just because of the way that the bracket is set up.
No, so yeah, it's 1 through 4 in each setup. So technically, Dallas was the 2 seed in their region, and Edmonton was the 3 seed.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
But yeah, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried. They beat the pretender Winnipeg Jets, and then, I mean, we look at the other side. You want to pull that bracket back up? I don't think I think that. I mean, it's so hard to win back to back, and I hate that Florida's doing this to us again. But and I think that's another series that should. I don't think either of these series are done before Game 6. I think this is
no way. Yeah.
And if they are, man, I'm putting on my helmet. I'm watching out. So
this is like an elite level of hockey. The way it's going on right now. The Stars became the first team in Stanley Cup playoff history to earn multiple wins in regulation, being down by 2+ goals in the third period in a single playoff year.
Man, Stars kind of seem like the Indiana Pacers of hockey right now, just the way they're coming back. They got the devil magic behind them right now a little bit, because they did the same thing against the Avs in round 1, and now they're doing it against the Oilers. And my one concern for the Oilers was going to be the back line and the goaltending throughout this series, because we talked about on Tuesday how the Stars have the clear advantage at goaltender with Ottinger in there. So it's definitely going to be interesting to watch down the stretch how that series really plays out. And giving up 5 goals at the end of a first period in Game 1, definitely not good for the morale. I'd assume they're going to try and come out with some fire in their next game, but definitely not good for morale. In Dallas, you can't be riding any higher than they are right now, to say the least.
They actually do this in back-to-back games because, look, multiple goals and came back. Like you said, they were doing it against the Avalanche. They were down 2-0 with 14:03 left in Game 7. They come back and score 3 goals in 16 minutes. Then for them to win that 3-2, I believe. And then they just did it yesterday. 19:39 to go. They scored 3 straight goals in 10 minutes.
That's insane.
You guys are glazing them so hard. It's so funny. they obviously they had 2 come from behind wins. That's cute. That's cute. Let's talk about 5 come from behind wins in a row for the Oilers just 2 weeks ago, and everybody seemed to have forgotten about it just because they lost this
Did
game.
they score 5 in the third period? Or
I mean, they've
scored 3 or 4 on a couple
of
occasions.
The run that we seeing right now from the Dallas Stars. I mean, we haven't. This is like some historical stuff we have never seen before.
It's going to be the Oilers and the Panthers in the Stanley Cup.
It's not.
And if the Oilers do not make the Stanley Cup Finals, I will eat a shoe on the podcast.
You will have to eat a shoe. Then pick one nicely. Pick a nice one.
I'll take the dirtiest shoe that I have.
No, pick a nice shoe. I want to be nice to you when you lose. Come on now.
All right, I'll make sure it's green. How about that?
All right,
I'll eat a green shoe.
Grinch wise, I like that. Get a nice green shoe. I'm gonna tell you now, the Dallas Stars are not losing to the Oilers. They're not going, bro. It's not happening.
We'll tap back in. We'll say Oilers in 7.
Oh Jesus! It's not going to get to 7. It's going to get to 6. And Dallas is going to take it home and get some rest before they.
No, man. The way Oettinger is playing, the way he's goaltending right now is unbelievable. Like
exactly.
It's going to be the Panthers and Oilers again. It's going to be just like the Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers have passed.
This is Texas hockey, man. This is different. It ain't
Texas hockey, dude.
Texas hockey, my boy. It's different. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's. What is that? Jason Robinson? Robinson is his name, I think it is. Robertson.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What about him?
He isn't. I don't even think I've really seen his name for real.
I haven't either. But
like that's crazy. How he's supposed to be one of their best players, and you haven't even really seen his name pop up.
You don't need to. You know why? Because the team's so good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I will concede that Connor McDavid, I don't think I scored a goal since I think game 2 of the first round.
That's crazy. That's kind of wild.
And been getting it done, all hands on deck.
That's wild.
He's got a couple assists and stuff, but I don't think he's gotten a goal in since game 2. I think the first round when they played the Kings. I mean, when you talk about a defensive scheme, they're really defending for real. Like,
man, They powered their way through, bro, and it was a very quick turnaround. But you can expect that out of a team that's explosive and has a great goalie too. So they're gonna play defense and they're gonna be explosive on the offensive end, get those goals as fast as they can and win that game. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they're going to do for the rest of the series. I'm trying to tell you, this is Texas hockey.
Let me tell you, this is what the biggest difference is. It's going to be the power play because that's something that I will say the Oilers have struggled on. They're 1 for the last 14.
They're not good at it, bro.
Somehow. Yeah, they got to get better. I think they will get better. I don't think Skinner's going to give up 5 goals again.
No. I'm not saying that. I don't think he's going to give up 5 goals again. But there's a chance that they 3 in a row, maybe. I don't know.
The biggest thing is just any fights, any penalties that's going to be the difference maker in some of these games, just because of how I think these are 2 very close teams.
Oh, yeah,
I think at this point, they're very similar built. I just think there's a little bit more star power on Edmonton, and I think that's going to be the difference.
Friday night in Dallas, baby. That is exactly.
And then we're talking about the Florida Panthers. Barkov haven't scored a goal since game 4 since the Maple Leafs when they played the Maple Leafs. So, I mean, Florida has they can really run it back. I mean,
look, man. I think Florida. I think Florida wins it, and I think it goes to 7 games.
That's the worst hockey series ever. A Florida hockey team.
That is
versus Dallas. I don't think that's not
what
going
are
to be
you
bad.
talking about?
I think between any of these 4 teams is going to be a decent hockey series because they all score well. They all can score at a high level, and they all can, they play defense.
I think
but if I'm choosing someone to see, I would love to see Florida versus Dallas. Like that is 2 high power offense.
50 degrees in either of those places since January.
Dude, if you had Oilers versus Carolina, you'd rather have that?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd rather have Oilers Panthers and get our get back. That's my opinion. But
I don't want to see that again.
I would love to see Florida Panthers go up against Oettinger.
Oh yeah.
What you mean? Like that's you got Marchand, Barkov. Like I would love to go see them dudes go up against Oettinger, slaying inside, speed racing inside into the net.
I will say, if it comes down to that, I will still root for Dallas because I can never give anything back to the Panthers for what they did last year.
Yeah, he's an Oilers fan, y'all. So
they did the Oilers good last
As
year.
if we couldn't tell already.
Hey, we almost had a comeback. We were close. We were up in Game 7. Couldn't hold on.
Sounds like a common theme here, building a little bit.
Shane,
sounds like
we didn't even say Rantanen.
Sounds like some excuses I'm hearing from Drew Best today. I don't want to hear none of that. Florida deserved that.
We didn't even say Rantanen.
Just you wait.
Rantanen ain't even got off yet in this series yet.
Who they gonna be? They're not beating Dallas. That's the hardest matchup they could have got, bro.
This is literally if anything, they wanted to play the Jets. If you're the Oilers.
Oh yeah, bro. I've been saying it since the start. The Dallas Stars, and they do not. The Oilers do not want to see them. They don't want to see them. Last night, they proved my point. I know it's game 1. I'm not overreacting because guess what? We don't overreact from game 1s. But
we ain't even see Rantanen get off yet, and it's game 1.
This series has barely started.
This series has barely started.
And
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just telling you, you're gonna get some games. You're gonna get some good games. You're gonna think, oh my god, the Oilers are gonna win. No, it's not happening. That's not. If it gets to game 7, it's over for you, bro. It's over. They might get shut out.
Plays the way he is playing right now,
they might get shut out in game 7. I'm not gonna lie.
They're not gonna get shut out.
That's a crazy take.
No, it's not. It's not crazy take because
they have a better offense than the Stars.
It's gonna be high powering throughout the first 6 games. Game 7, Oilers might get shut out, bro. I'm just saying. It might.
Like we said, defense wins championships.
It might get one lucky one. One lucky that slipped through the cracks. But guess what? You're not getting 3 goals.
What happened last year?
They're winning 4-2 in Game 7.
No, you're not
getting. Who says it even gets to 7 though?
Or 3-1. One of the two.
The only way you can win is if you win 2-1.
Well, here's how it's going to go. They're going to have a 1-goal lead. They're going to have to pull out Oettinger, and then they're going to score on the rebound, and they're going to get that 2-goal lead. It's going to be the difference maker.
For Carolina to come back in this series, they need Aho and Sebastian Aho and Jarvis to get off. They need them to get off. If they don't get off, then the series is going to be over in 5. But
5 is crazy. But yes, it'll definitely be over though for sure.
It's going to be over in 5 if Sebastian Aho and Jarvis don't get off. Like, if they don't start going crazy, it's going to be over in 5 because Bobrovsky has a 244 goals allowed average throughout the season, the whole season. He allows 2 goals, less than 2.5 goals.
Right.
You already know Florida freaking scores regardless.
Too much. Scores way too much. Yeah.
So when you got Carolina's goalie, I think it's Kochev, I think it is.
Something like that.
Kochev. He gives up a 260. That's near 3. That's already a goal difference right there.
Listen, man. Florida, Dallas. 4-6.
Make sure you clip it, Jalen. I will eat the greenest shoe I have if the Dallas Stars make it to the Stanley Cup final.
We're gonna clip it and we're gonna post it everywhere, and everyone's gonna hold it.
Post it everywhere.
That's gonna be our viral video right there.